Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's your boy Breeze, Flow Free TV. Always sending them good vibes. Why march the beat of society's drum when you can flow as free as the breeze? The breeze, not the breeze, because I ain't free yet. Semi-grounded, airy-ass Libra. So check this out. I wanted to talk a little bit about rehab. Okay. Now, I've been an addict going on 20 plus years, at least 15 years heavy intravenous use. I'll put myself on blast. I'm not ashamed because I know there's a lot of people out there like me, because there was a calculated agenda, okay, to re-addict the human population to opiates. They have been running off this for years, even back in the East India Shipping Company days, okay. It was said that Britain threatened to invade China because China wanted to stop selling their opium. Okay. So this has been the funding of the dark side for a long time. So then we come into this whole Oxycontin situation, right? 99.9% addiction free. Yeah. We saw how true that fucking was, right? So, I don't know if, sorry, I swore. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear on this or not. But, I ask you to watch this channel, not because I want to make financial gains off of you. Yes, it will help me to get my word out, and eventually there will be an e-commerce store that has all the products, supplements, tinctures, stuff like that, that I've used to overcome 24 years of addiction. 24 years of use and addiction. I got my first prescription the last day of high school at the age of 16. And then I continued to break bones frequently after that, so it just kept snowballing. That's where my addiction came in, okay? And then, after already being an addict, I hear, wow, there's this new amazing pain drug that's 99.9% addiction free, right? Well, we don't need to go into lengths of where that went, because I think pretty much every fucking body, excuse my language again, in the country knows what happened with that situation, okay? But do you notice they're not promoting the ways out of it as much as they promoted the way into it? Just a thought. Okay? So, I'm not going to lie. I am only 26 days clean. Okay? I only went to rehab twice. And both times they failed me. I failed me. Okay? But what I learned from rehab, I understand that it was a lesson, okay? We as human beings are a mind, body, spirit complex, okay? You have to combine that trilogy to make things work right for you, right? To be in sync. So, I go to rehab, and they start stuffing my brain full of facts and information. And at the same time, they're telling me that my brain doesn't work right, okay? That the neural receptors of my brain have rearranged. So if most people would take 95 to get from Maine to Florida, my addict brain would jump on 95 and end up in California. So the signals being sent to the brain weren't going to the right place to make the proper decisions. So they're telling me my brain's dead, okay? So what this says to me is I'm walking in here and they're saying, hey, look down on the floor right there. That's a dead horse. I want you to beat it till it dies. What the fuck? I thought you just told me it was dead. Shouldn't we try to bring it back to life? Why do you want me to beat it till it dies? And I know with at least the state funded, I'm not claiming this on all rehabs because I am sure there are many rehabs out there already like the one I am going to create. Okay? I know there are. The problem is, so the idea of this channel ultimately, people, is to develop a financial stream that can fund this recovery center that actually helps people recover. So we stop beating that dead horse and come back for the 13th time. I have sat down with people that said this is my 13th, 14th, 17th time in rehab. Think about that for a minute. Honestly. You know, and I called them out on this. I said, I honestly believe that the teachers that are here in the room with me, because they were addicts themselves, want me to heal. But as soon as we go out of this room and into that office, and that office, and that office, and that office, and then up to the big upstairs office, they want returning customers. They don't want healthy people. Okay. This is what I've come to learn from personal experience. Like I said, I haven't been to a lot of rehabs myself. My addiction was severe. Like I said, 15 plus years, heavy intravenous of enough opioids to kill, a genetically mutated bull. Okay. But what don't kill you makes you stronger. So I listened to a quote from this man, Jason Shirk at Unified TV. Hey, Jason, you ever see this video? I look forward to working with you. Language of energy. All right. But he said to me in one of his episodes on Unified TV, rather than beating your head off the wall, trying to beat addiction, surrender to it. Accept it. Say, okay, I'm an addict. I need opiates to be able to get up and function on a daily basis. How can I fix that? First step is the fact that you accepted that you were an addict. Now that you've accepted that you're an addict, you use that addiction to keep you functioning, and every waking moment you have free, you spend trying to figure your way out. And that's what I've done for the past 6 or 7 years, okay, of a 24-year addiction or use in addiction, okay, because I spent a couple years in the military where I wasn't really using too much, except when I broke my wrist in a motorcycle accident, then rebroke it that winter in combatives training and got put on more prescriptions each time. You know, I had a broken neck, fractured C7 from snowboarding. That was 6 months of prescription pills. I had a cerebral contusion from getting jumped at a Cheech and Chong show of all places. I mean, come on. That was 6 months on heavy narcotics. So that's what developed my addiction. It wasn't that I was just looking for a new drug to get high with, you know what I'm saying? I had already been more than satisfied with the amount of drugs I had been using. And the type of drugs I had been using. So this wasn't something I was looking for. It just found me. And you know what started my journey of self-realization, basically? I kept getting this thunderous thought in my head saying, you know, you came here for a reason. You were supposed to be an addict. You were supposed to learn the lessons of being an addict. Heavy. But because of your loving mother who gave me unconditional love and support, which I took extreme advantage of to feed my addiction, okay, at one point in my life would be ashamed to say. I still feel bad that I did it, but I'm not ashamed of it. I understand it was the lesson. So this thought said, your mother is here to give you the support and the resources that you need to not only dig your fucking hole, bury yourself, lay there for a while, and then dig your way back out of it. So this is what I'm doing. You know, Flow Free TV is just getting started, okay? It's going to become an international name. You watch. I'm not being cocky. I'm not being arrogant. It's understanding energy, understanding the language of it, okay? I developed my vision. So it said, your mother has the love and support that you need to instill love in you for other people. And that was a big problem of mine, as I was always concerned with the well-being of others rather than myself. It took for me to finally settle down and learn to love myself again before I can even start to do for others. You know what I'm saying? Like Toby Nagwiwe says in his song, I'm dope. But you can't help your homies unless you done helped yourself. And I took that to heart. And I kept listening to that song. Because I am dope. Okay? I really don't give a shit if Eminem or Miss Badu thinks I'm dope. Honestly. Because I see their real selves. I'm not going to get into that. But I know that I am dope. Okay? And I am going to bring a lot of help to people. But I can't do that without you. So, what Jason Sherka was saying is surrender to your addiction and raise your vibration so that it's no longer in resonance, as if it doesn't even exist. So I went into a deep dive to understand what the hell does that even mean. I went into a deep dive into energy work. Started using little tools like this. Got myself a grounding pad. Okay? Walked around in the grass barefoot as often as I fucking could, which I have my whole life anyways. You know, I've spent my teenage and early 20s running around hippie festivals in Maine, you know, which I have come to be very disappointed with now that I understand some of the people behind that specific place. But we won't get into that. I lost track. So I went to a deep dive of energy to understand energy. And what I found is there is an undeniable relationship between quantum physics and spirituality. Okay, I don't need anybody to tell me this. This is a knowing. Okay. So when you look at it like this, the infinity symbol is a representation of God, infinite intelligence, constant flow, right? So you picture that infinity symbol. Now take that, cut it into sections, and spread those sections far apart. That's quantum physics. Quantum physics is going to study each part of those sections that are spread apart. But because they're spread apart, they can't flow freely. Okay? Now, when you interweave the practices of yoga, meditation, the wisdom of numerology, the guidance of astrology, the colors of the chakras. You take those rainbow colors and you fill in all those gaps where quantum physics spread it apart. And now not only do you have a fully flowing infinity symbol again, but it's 3 times the size of the original one. Think about that. Okay? So when you combine these two, the left and right brain hemisphere, the yin and the yin and the yang, okay? You have to combine the duality and read from the line in the middle. Not stick into just one side or the other. Okay? There are 2 parts of God. Okay? God is light, the consciousness, the awareness of its existence, and the energy that it uses to create. Okay? So, God takes energy and it forms it with its light. Okay? So let's put it like this. I love my dog. Okay? She is like my daughter, Lola. And I know that feeding her treats makes her happy. So naturally, because I want her to be happy, I love her, I want to keep feeding her treats to make her happy, right? But without that awareness coming in to shape the love and tell me, hey, if you feed your dog treats all day long, you're going to kill your fucking dog. Get your shit together. Okay? That's your left and right brain hemisphere coming together in a hemi-sync. Okay? I've developed a meditation that not only increases the energetic output of each individual chakra through chanting the Sanskrit terms for each chakra: Lam, root; Vam, sacral; Ram, solar plexus; Yam, heart, Christ consciousness. We'll get to that coming soon. Where are we at? Yam, Ham, your throat; Om, your pineal gland; and Aum, the crown chakra. Okay? Now, as you're chanting this, Lam, and you're visualizing that little galaxy spinning around, because chakra means wheel. So you get your wheel spinning, okay? That's what generates the color, the spin. The amount of times it spins per second is what creates its frequency or color, okay? So you get that thing spinning to a higher frequency or a higher energetic output. And then you take your mind and fine-tune that chakra with root chakra. Something like this. Doesn't have to be this. It'll be whatever you need that relates to what that specific energy center is in charge of. Me personally, I say root chakra. I call you to activation to strengthen my physical security, my financial security, and keep me grounded. Now, Lam, sacral chakra. Lam. Now, each one of these are a musical note. You know, there's been a discrepancy on whether it starts at C and ends back at B or whatever. A sharp, B sharp, whatever. You know, I'm still trying to learn music too myself. I'm trying to understand all aspects of this energy stuff, you know, because it's making major transformations in my life. I'm only 26 days clean, and I think I'm doing all right. But, again, this isn't about me. This isn't about my ego. I'm not trying to boost my ego. I'm trying to gain a community of people that want to help people. That's it. Damn, I lost track again. So, so with the sacral chakra, okay. Now while I'm doing this, I also sometimes take the old fucking tuning fork, sacral chakra tuning fork, bing, 2 inches below the belly button. Give it a nice tuning, okay. While you're going, Vam. But I add another aspect to it, okay? Hemispherical synchronization. Has anybody ever heard that term? It is when your left and right brain hemispheres converge and start working together rather than against each other. So it would be like Donald Trump and the other retard there was like, hey, you know what? Shit's fucked up. Why don't we get together and make it right? Shit would be a lot easier that way, right? Well, this is what you're doing with your brain. You're taking that left brain hemisphere, which is your critical thinking, your conservative mind, so to speak. Funny, it's on the left, but it's on the right when you're looking at me, right? Okay, it's all symbolism. You gotta see these things. Then you have your right brain hemisphere, or left if you're looking at me, that is your spiritual guide, your more liberal, free-flowing side of the brain, okay? With too much free flow, you end up getting yourself in trouble, okay? With not enough free flow, you just turn into an asshole, okay? This is where that synchronization comes in. So there's 5 major brainwave states that they have discovered so far, at least. Starts with delta, which I believe is 0 to 4 cycles per second. How many times your brain goes per second, right? Then you have, that's deep sleep, okay? Not REM dream sleep, deep sleep, blackout. Then you have the theta brainwave state, which is your rapid eye movement. Dream state, sleep, your subconscious, okay? That is 4 to 8 cycles per second. Then you have your alpha brainwave state, okay, which is your conscious meditation, your manifestation stage, which is 8 to 12 cycles per second, I believe. Okay. Obviously, there's probably some points in there, to divide the two, but you get the point. And then I don't know what beta is, the brainwave state where we are mostly in, running through our daily lives, stressed the fuck out, pissed off, get away from me, I need to get this shit done, bye. So that would be 12 to, I forget if it's 35, 36 cycles per second where gamma starts. But then you have the gamma brainwave state, which is super consciousness. That means, hey, I'm here, I'm in my head, I see what the fuck is going on in my physical world, I'm not dreaming, I'm aware of all the stuff that's happening in front of me, okay? This is where you go to talk to God. You go down into that theta to reprogram the subconscious. So your subconscious actions start to change. You go into that alpha, right around 10 hertz. It's between 8 and 12. I like to rest at 10. I'll listen to a binaural beat, just an oscillating tone. And what this means, binaural beats, what it means, okay, is, say I have 100 hertz in my left ear, and I want to get into the theta brainwave state. That means my right ear has to be between 4 and 8 cycles per second difference from my left ear. So my left ear will be at 100 hertz, My right ear will be at 104 to 108 hertz. And because there's those two different frequencies, your brain's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So rather than battling against each other, they say, hey, Kamala, hey, Trump, let's work together and fix the nation. Right. But we can't do that with the government, but you can do it with your brain. Okay? And that'll start to shape perspectives. And once you change your perspective, everything in your life changes. Believe me. So, yeah, super consciousness is gamma state. It's like 35 or 36 cycles per second, maybe 40 plus. I forget the specifics now. For my numerologists out there, okay, my life path is 3, home number is 3, expression number was 6, I believe. I'll get back to you on that. But just so, you know, like-minded individuals that want to do a little more research on who they're listening to, what they're getting into, can do a little deep dive on me personally. My full name's David Joshua Brown. I was born October 7th, 1984. October 7th. And I know I'm probably going to get some comments on this, so let me just, stop this before it starts. Yes, I wear skulls on my rings. Yes, I do consider myself to be spiritually inclined at this stage in my life. Not always. Not boosting ego, not making any claims, just saying that I've made progress. And within that progress comes the acceptance and the beauty in death. Okay, I am a Libra. All about that balance. So I am comfortable with my dark side. Okay? Because being comfortable with it allows you to control it. It's when you're uncomfortable with it that you lose control. And when you lose control, well, we all know what happens from there. So, I hope you guys were able to get something out of this. We are trying to actually put together a legitimate production for you to bring information like this to you. I think I mentioned this before, I will be looking for your help. I'm being fully transparent, guys, giving you everything. Okay? All the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this channel someday is going to be packaged up in a bow to be sold. But you invest in me now, you get it for free. Okay? Help build me, I'll help build you. And this is what we need to get out in the world today. Because going into life with the competitive mind is what's causing all of the problems in the world, rather than going in with a creative and a collaborative mind. Okay? So let's hemispherical synchronization to that left and right brain hemisphere and start working together. Give me a like and subscribe here on Flow Free TV. Pray for peace and love. Love you all.